Hello everyone, welcome to the second video of the Finance Simplified series. In this video, we will be discussing about stock markets. Yesterday, we have seen that what is a financial market and different participants of money market, capital market, and all these things we have seen yesterday. Yesterday, the video which you saw was a brief explanation, was a brief introduction to financial markets and what is the financial market is. If you haven't seen the video, go to this playlist and watch the first video of this series where you will get to know about the basis of finance. As of this video is concerned, we are going to talk about stock market only. Yesterday I told that the entire series will be basis on the secondary market, and secondary market means stock market as well. So we're going to start with stock market. So let's begin. So basically, before starting anything about stock market, there are two rules. Never lose your money in stock markets, and second rule is don't forget the rule number one. This is told by Warren Buffett. It is a stock market investor, and this is and he's one of the most renowned investor ever in the field of stock markets. So these are the two rules that never lose your money in stock markets, and don't forget the rule number one. Now, introduction to stock market. What is a stock market is? A stock market refers to a collection of markets and exchange where the issuing and the trading of equities, which is stocks of publicly held companies, bonds and other sorts of securities takes place either through formal exchanges or over the counter markets. Basically, in stock market, in stock market is just simple as like a vegetable market. In vegetable market, you give money and take vegetables in return. Where in case of stock markets, you give money and purchase shares in return. As we have discussed in the yesterday's video of financial markets, stock market is a place from where you can purchase shares of company. Purchasing the shares of a company will make you a shareholder. And what is shares? Shares means a part of the capital of an organization, a part of the capital is known as shares. And the money which you're going to invest there, you are purchasing shares directly means you are purchasing the ownership of a company. Suppose the price of Reliance Industries is standing something around 2800 INR, and if I purchase the share of 2800 rupees means if I purchase one share, it means that I am the owner of one share of Reliance Industries which cost up to 2800 rupees. Now, as per the stock market is concerned, it is also known as equity markets. The stock market is one of the most vital components of a free market economy. Free market economy means after the liberalization, privatization and globalization LPG, that's the new economic reforms introduced by Government of India in the year 1991. Our Indian economy is a free economy. It means all the major decisions of the economy is decided by the market forces, that is the forces of demand and supply in different markets. As per stock market is concerned, the demand and the supply of a particular share determine the price of a security, determine the price of a share. So this is all about free market economy, as it provides companies with access to capital in exchange for giving investors a slice of ownership. As I said, after purchasing shares, you will get a slice of ownership of the company. If you purchase the shares of Reliance Industries or Adani Transmission, you are going to purchase, you will be having the ownership of that one share of Reliance Industries. You will be the owner of that share. So this is what makes you a shareholder of a particular organization. Then a stock market is one of the most important sources of for a company to raise money. I have a different series here in YouTube which names startup series. As that startup series is concerned, many startup organizations go for funding, and IPO is a place from where startups can raise funds. If you need fund, you can sell the shares of your company in an IPO. An IPO means initial public offer. We have discussed about it in the previous video. I will give the description in the link in the description. You can watch there itself. So what is an IPO? Basically, whenever your new business or a new startup wants to come into the stock market, you have to come to the primary market through an IPO, initial public offer. For that, you have to approach the stock markets, and some legal formalities are there for to list your business or your startup in the stock exchange. So it's a source of revenue of funding for any startup business. An economy where the stock market is on and rise is considered to be an up and coming economy. Now this is all about what is a stock market. Now what is Indian stock exchanges are concerned, we have two major stock exchanges in India: Bombay Stock Exchange BSE and National Stock Exchange NSE. These are the two stock exchange from where we can purchase shares and we can sell. India has a lot of share markets before, but after the scam of 1991, the Harshad Mehta and a lot of scams of finance background, Government of India has primary digital stock markets. We have also a metropolitan exchange and a different commodity exchange is also there. But these are the two most major stock markets in which a lot of trading is there. That's BSE and NSE. Both are situated in Maharashtra. Uh, NSE is there in Mumbai and Maharashtra, and Bombay Stock Exchange there in Mumbai itself, Dalal Street. Now, as per this is some of the history of BSE plus formed in 1875. It is known as Bombay Stock Exchange. It is Asia's first and the fastest stock exchange in the world with a speed of 6 microseconds and one of India's leading exchange groups. If you purchase a share, it will be transacted within 6 microseconds in a stock exchange of BSE. It is considered to be the fastest, one of the fastest exchanges in India, of the world. Today, BSE provides an efficient and transparent market for trading in equity, currencies, debt instruments, derivatives, mutual funds, etc. It has a global reach with customers around the world and a nationwide presence. BSE systems and processes are designed to safeguard market integrity, drive the growth of Indian capital market, and stimulate innovation and competition among all the market segments. So this is all about the introduction, which you no need to learn. You just have to have a basic of it. Now, if we talk about NSE, it is a leading stock exchange in India and the fourth largest in the world by equity trading volume in 2015, according to the World Federation of Exchange (WFE). NSE has a fully integrated business model comprising our exchange listings, trading services, clearing and settlement services, indices, market data, feeds, and all this. So it is a pioneer in technology and ensures the reliability and performance of its systems through a culture of innovation and investment in technology. So this is all about the theory which you no longer to need. Basically, just have an understand that what is NSE and BSE. Simple. Now, next thing is invest in the stock markets. Types of investments. There are many types of investments which you can do in stock markets. We have mutual funds, we have ETF, individual stocks and bonds, closed-end mutual funds, real estate, and various alternative investments. And owing to all part of business are just a few examples. Now, what is a stock? A stock is a type of security that signifies ownership in a corporation and represents a claim on the part of the corporation's asset and earning. Basically, if you purchase a stock, you are purchasing ownership of any organization. Now, basically, there are two types of stocks: common stocks and preferred stocks. Basically, those who purchase common stocks are also known as equity shareholders, and those who purchase preference stocks are known as preference shareholders. What is the main difference between these two? Is common stock usually entitles the owner, means you, the investor, to vote at shareholding meetings and to receive dividend. Basically, there are two types of investors. I want to clear this point before moving ahead: equity shareholders and preference shareholder. If you are an equity shareholder, you can take part in company's internal decision making. You will be the absolute owner of the organization. Every major decisions of the organization will be consulted before to you once. If you are basically, if you are an equity shareholder, company's major decisions will be there on your hand. Meeting will be there. You will get voting right. Means, suppose there is a decision taken by the company, you will have a voting right that yes, the decision is good or it is bad. So this is the thing which is known as equity shareholders have. But the benefit thing is that even if the company earns profit, equity shareholders will be paid at last. This is something which equity shareholders have to consider, that when a company is earning profit, all the liabilities of the firm will be met up. After that, preference shareholders will be paid first, and then the equity shareholders. And the income of equity shareholder is not still, it can vary, it can be up or it can be down, means it can be more as well as it can be less. Now, what happened with the preference stock? Preference stock generally does not have voting right. As a preference shareholder, you will not get any voting rights, but has a higher claim on assets and earning than the common shares. Suppose the profit of the organization is there. Before the firm will give profit to this equity shareholder, they will give profit to you as you are a preference shareholder at a fixed rate. This is a benefit of being a preference shareholder, but you will not get any voting right in this case. So this is the major difference which you must understand between an equity shareholder and a preference shareholder. Now, next thing is the bonds. A bond is a fixed income investment which an investor, you, basically you are an investor here, loans money to an entity, any business, which borrows the funds for a defined period of time at a variable or a fixed interest rate. Basically, you have heard about people saying that I have purchased bonds of this company, I have bonds of that company. So basically, I as investor, if you are an investor, you are purchasing a bonds of a company ABC Limited, and that ABC Limited has promised to return that money along with a fixed or a variable interest rate after a X number of years, say after 5 years. This is known as bonds. Bonds are used by the companies, municipalities, state and sovereign governments to raise money and finance a variety of projects and activities. Bonds are used by companies, municipalities, and okay, it's same actually. By mistake, I think it has same thing is written. Now, basically, I think we have understood what is a bond. A bond is a fixed income investment in which an investor loans money. Basically, you are an investor here. You are lending money to any business, and the business is borrowing the funds from you for a defined period of time, say some 5 years or 10 years, at a variable or a fixed interest rate. This is a bond. Now we have what is mutual funds. You have heard about people talking about mutual fund, but what is it? A mutual fund is an investment vehicle made up of a pool of money collected from many investors for the purpose of investing in securities such as stocks, bonds, money market instruments, and other assets. Very simple thing. To get to invest money in the stock market, you need idea of finance. You need to know various things which will be covered in this entire YouTube series. Will be covered in the subsequent videos as well. But you have heard about people who are investing in mutual funds. What they do? Suppose there is a mutual fund of Axis Bank, Growth Mutual Fund, Equity Mutual Funds are there. So I have invested in mutual fund. Now it is the work of mutual fund or companies to invest my money in the most productive areas and return me the money with a profit. In mutual fund, you don't need any idea of finance, because people those who invest in mutual fund, like your grandparents, your parents must have invested in some sort of the mutual fund. They don't necessarily need to have any idea of finance. They can directly invest in mutual fund. Now it is the work of mutual fund to invest the money in the most productive section. If I say in much simpler language, if you have a card, then if you are in stocks, so you have to know that you where to drive, how to go a particular destination. But if you are a mutual fund investor, you are just a passenger of the car, and the car is being and the car driver is someone else who is driving it and making you the profit, and making and giving the profit to you. So this is a major difference between mutual fund and stocks, which you must know what is a mutual fund. A different session on finance simplified series itself, mutual fund, will be organized upcoming in the upcoming videos, where we will be talking detail about mutual funds as well. Then a mutual funds portfolio is structured and maintained to match the investment objectives set in the prospectus. So we will be discussing more about mutual funds in one of the videos in the later part of this series. So just now you must understand that a mutual fund basically is an investment vehicle where you can invest money, and those companies where you are investing money, they are going to invest your money in different places, and they are going to give you profit. You don't have to analyze the finance, profit, loss, balance sheet, statements, and all. They are going to do everything for you, and they are going to take some commission on it as well. Now we have exchange traded fund ETF. An exchange traded fund ETF is a marketable security that tracks an index, a commodity, bonds, or a basket of assets like an index fund. Like unlike mutual fund, and ETF trades like common stock of stock exchange. ETF basically it trades like a stock, and ETF does not have its net asset value calculated once at the end of every day like a mutual fund does. Basically, an exchange traded fund, it is a marketable security which does the work of tracking a commodity or a bond or different assets. So this is all about exchange traded fund ETF. Now stock exchange and how to purchase stocks. So see, this is a history of stock exchange and how stock exchange started. They began simply as meeting places where investors gather to discuss companies and their shares to the trade shares. As they become more formal, these meeting places become the trading floor of exchange, where the traders makes deal face to face. Today, many of those exchange floors have been replaced by sophisticated electronic dealing systems on computer screens. Basically what happens, see, before some years back, if you have seen the Harshad Mehta's web series, in that web series you must have seen some jobbers are there who are basically trading the securities. But now there is nothing known as jobbers there actually. It has been replaced by online system. Now everything is online. We have you can purchase shares to different brokers like Grow, Upstock, Angel Broking, Zerodha. Different brokers are there with whom you can purchase online. The entire system is very easy and it's online, fully online. But previously it used to be in phone call, that if an investor wants to invest, the broker used to call that, yes, sir, do you want to invest money in stocks? He said yes, and this is the amount of investment they have done. So previously it was through a phone call. Okay, but now it is fully online system is there, because you all know that the advent of technology in our lives. Even after this pandemic, we are using technology in a greater way. Online classes, work from home, and everything is going on. You all know it. So now everything is online. So stock exchange is completely online right now. There is nothing as offline. Basically, stock exchange, what you do as a buyer, you are going to give cash in the stock exchange, and stock exchange is going to give you financial instruments like shares in return. This stock exchange will give the cash which the buyer has given to the sellers, and the sellers will give financial instruments to the stock exchange. So this is the entire cycle how basically financial instruments transfers. So as a buyer, you are going to give cash, and stock exchange will give you assets like shares, and that same cash will be given to the sellers, and sellers will give the financial instrument, that is assets like stocks, to the stock exchange. Basically, this is how a cycle works of stock exchange. That's all. Now, purchasing a stock. How we purchase a stock? What is a broker? A broker is a person who is licensed to buy and sell stocks, provide investment advice, and collect a commission on each purchase or sale. Purchase stocks on an organized exchange. For example, certified individuals, banks are there. Over 3/4 of all the stocks are bought and sold on an organized exchange. Basically, broker is someone, is a person or an organization who is licensed by some authorities like SEBI to buy and sell stocks, provide investment advice, and collect a commission on each stock. Basically, if brokers are concerned, like Grow is there, Upstox, Zerodha is there, they have a commission on each and every transaction you do, depending upon a type of broker actually. So this is work of a broker. Remember one thing: you can't directly purchase shares directly from the company. You have to go through brokers itself. Now you have to make a demat account. Basically, you have a bank account is essential. Trading account is made, and then demat account is made. We will cover this concept in the coming videos as well. Now, how does one make profit through share market? Majorly through company's performance, like earnings and profit, bonus share. We will be discussing all these technical terms in the coming videos. All these terms. What makes a stock price up and down? Simple demand and supply. There is a very simple question. Why did the price of onion and potatoes flips? Why it goes ups and down? Only because of supply and demand. So this is how supply and demand forces acts in stock markets as well. A stock which has a heavy demand has more price as well. So it depends upon the demand and supply forces. Now, when to invest or not? You know what is this meme? Basically, it's known as bullish and bearish period of the stock exchange. Let me tell you. See, who is a bull? Bullish characteristics are when the market is showing confidence, means prices are increasing and market indicators are rising. Condition means is what? Unemployment is low, stock rising, and prices are going up. Bullish period, and it is a bearish period. Prices hover at the same level and then go down. This is known as bear. Now, in a very simple word, if I say, there are basically two phases in a stock exchange: bearish phase and bullish phase. Bear is someone who works down with his head down. His head is always at the down when the bear is walking. You watch any of the movies and all, you will find that when bears are walking, their heads are actually down. So it's a very simple trick to remember that it is walking down means its head is down, means at that time stock markets prices are going down, demand is going down, as a result prices are also going down in the stock markets. And bullish, bulls have horn in their head. So bullish means what? The markets are going up, the prices of shares are increasing. This is known as bull and bear. These are the two phases in the stock exchange which you have to remember: bull and bear. Bull means the price of securities are increasing, and bear means the price of securities or assets or anything is decreasing. Now the bulls will make money, as I said, and the bears will make money only. Will make money. No, bears will lose money actually. Only when the pigs get slaughtered. There is this term known as pigs as well in stock markets. So the very thing which you must remember is bullish period means prices will go up, and bearish period means prices will go down. The bulls will make money always. Suppose and this word is written on the bears will make money. When? Suppose you are an investor, you are a very clever investor. You will invest in the stock markets when the prices of securities are down. So in that case, you can invest money onto the markets and you can earn profit. That's why it's written that the bears will make money as well. So it depends. And if suppose we have purchased a share in 10 rupees and the market is very high and the price of securities goes to around 30 rupees, so the bulls will make money in that case. So in both the cases, someone or the other is making money. Okay, so bulls and bears are quite important. The word is Nifty. You must have heard this term Nifty. A Nifty 50 is a benchmark Indian stock market index that represents a weighted average of 50 of the largest Indian companies listed on the National Stock Exchange. It is one of the two major stock exchange indices used in India, and the other being its BSE Sensex. What happened is, what is Nifty and Sensex? See, before going to Nifty and Sensex, what is index? Index is a representative of the entire market. That how a market is working, what is the condition of the market. So index is a representation of the entire market, and one of the the index for NSE National Stock Exchange is Nifty 50. And what is Nifty is, okay, it's a name. What is 50? Nifty is calculated by taking the prices of 50 per 50 companies, top 50 companies listed in stock exchange of NSE. It's only not BSE. I'm talking about NSE. Nifty is calculated by taking the prices of 50 companies listed in the National Stock Exchange. This is an index, means a representation of the entire market, that how a market is increasing, is it going up or going down. You must have seen in television the reporters are talking about Nifty is going down, Sensex going up. So it is an index of the National Stock Exchange, which is known as Nifty 50. And at last we have what is Sensex. The BSE Sensex is a free float market weighted stock market index of 30 well established and financial sound companies listed on the Bombay Stock Exchange. Remember one thing, NSE has Nifty 50 and BSE Bombay Stock Exchange has Sensex. It is also an index. Sensex is a representation of the entire Bombay Stock Exchange. This is known as Sensex and Nifty. These two terms are quite very important for any investor to know. Now, Sensex and Nifty, if you have understood, you can watch many news channels like CNBC is there, in YouTube also they have channel, and in television also. You will see they're talking about Sensex going up, Nifty going down, this is going up, down. All this basically talks means the price of the entire Bombay Stock Exchange is increasing, securities price, shares price of the entire entire BSE or NSE is increasing or decreasing. This is all about Nifty and Sensex. So guys, this is all about this video. From tomorrow we are going to talk about stock exchange. We'll enter into the main arena, main play field of the markets from tomorrow. I hope that you like this video. Stay tuned for other videos as well. Thank you.